On this episode of UTR, we're back in the Ann Arbor area with tons more for you to see, eat, and do. We'll hip-hop into some high fashion, meet a mother and daughter Thai team, and stop at a morning and night owl. Then we hit a theater that demands an encore and a gem of a speakeasy. Get ready to explore the cool people, places, and things that make the Ann Arbor area an awesome place to explore.
Pure is what you make of it. It's taking it all in and never taking anything for granted. The sun sets, the moon rises, and you realize the end of one perfect summer day is the beginning of another. Pursue your pure in Pure, Michigan.
A visit to the Stahl's Auto Collection will take you back to a time when cars were more than just a way to get around. A fantastic assortment of gas pumps, neon signs, and automated music machines dating back 150 years that must be seen and heard. Info at stahlsauto.com.
Brought to you by Midland, Michigan, a Great Lakes Bay region community. Visit gogreat.com for more info.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar, Michigan.
Okay, now do me a big favor. Close your eyes for just a second. They closed? All the way. You're peeking. Okay, great. They're closed? Okay. Now imagine you're in a magical land full of enlightened, educated people with amazing restaurants, cool, funky shops, culture, history, tradition, sports, and tons of natural beauty. Oh, heck, you may as well open your eyes. You know where we are. We're in the awesome Ann Arbor area. Love it.
That's right. Year after year, Ann Arbor and its surrounding communities are voted one of the best places on the planet to live, work, play, raise a family, and start a business. Just spend a day around these parts and you'll see why. There's so much to see, do, eat, and experience that if you play your future right, you could spend a lifetime loving where you live, if you get my drift.
Heck, just ask anybody who lives here. Wait a minute, don't do that. That's what we're about to do.
You've got the intellectual and actual energy of University of Michigan and Eastern Michigan University, people who are real, passionate, and full of ideas, and enough opportunity for everyone to make their mark. So keep those eyes open, because for the next half hour, you're going to see why you need to spend some time in this most popular part of our great state. But first, for those of you watching from the planet Remulac, Ann Arbor and its super satellite cities are located in southeast Lower Michigan, about 30 minutes due west of Detroit. Hey, I got it right this time.
Well, first we're off to two places in Ypsilanti, one that might actually make me cooler, I know, hard to believe, and another one that'll fill your tummy and your soul.
Now, what happens when you combine modern pop and hip-hop culture with cool and colorful clothing? You get puffer reds, that's what. It's a streetwear apparel paradise that's steeped in uniquely American music and a sense of comfortable style that says, well, you've arrived. You'll also find that it's owned by one of the nicest, smartest, and most motivated guys you'll ever meet. And that would be Eric Williams.
Eric, I love your story. So I thought, why don't we do this? We'll do story time with Eric.
Okay.
So you started this place in 1979 as a record store?
Yes. Actually, we opened up in Romulus in 1979 as just a music store. And of course, you know, in the early 80s, we started carrying designer jeans from different brands and so forth. And then we started with the designer jeans. Wasn't nothing changing on the designer jeans. They was all just the hard denim.
Yeah. Well, what made you decide to? I mean, it's a record store. What made you decide to offer jeans too?
Well, we wanted to be more of a lifestyle store. We started off with music, and then the customers, and just kind of adding this be a lifestyle store. They was back then they used to play a lot of music videos and so forth, and the kid, they wanted to be just like the entertainers. They wanted to dress like them, everything new. Yes.
It blows my mind what you, from a little, hip hop record store, what you've turned into now is just amazing. It's like you said, it's a full lifestyle store. And what even really blows my mind are the people that have been in here. Jamie Foxx, Eminem, Ice-T. New Edition's been in here. I actually was in a band that opened at Pine Knob for New Edition. We almost got noticed. But yeah, I mean, you've got cool clothing and do you miss the record store part of it?
Yes, I mean, that was a lot of fun. When we started in the record industry, we was really known, for having product and having product first, and our customer, we used to have lines, right, around the corner, coming in to purchase the CDs and so forth. I mean, that business, of course, we know what happened to it. It just, it kind of disappeared with, in today's world here.
Where'd the name Puffer Red come from? Puffer Red?
That's my nickname. They gave me back in junior high school, kind of a heavy-set guy, fair-skinned and just turned red and,
Were you puffy?
Yes, yes, I was. On the football field, and we all gave each other names, and so I just decided to, carry that with me.
I just love it here. Last question: can I get my picture on the wall of fame back here, maybe next to Jamie Foxx up there?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Seriously?
And and I have to give it to my wife too. I mean, putting up with me for 4 decades. I mean,
they all deserve a reward. Right. Exactly for that.
Yeah.
Well, after hearing how it all happened, it was time for me to meander through the merchandise and up my ailing image. So I looked, and I looked, and I looked some more. Heck, there was so much cool stuff here that I got lost in looking. But finally, I got some expert advice and found something that might increase my cool quota. So, just give me a moment. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, this is it. I've arrived. I honestly don't think I could look any cooler. Well, at least as far as I knew. And I think I might have actually looked a little bit younger too. Bonus. So if you want to dress to impress in clothing that's a meld of music and modern American culture, pop into Puffer Reds in Ypsilanti. I guarantee you'll never find another store like it. Well, all that cool shopping made me hungry, and in Ypsilanti, you've got a myriad of marvelous meals to choose from. So we made our way over to Basil Bib, a place we'd heard about and were dying to try. Ty and Vasana Imbatong put their heart and soul into their amazing cuisine. And if you love food, family, and community, this is a mother-daughter duo you simply need to dine with.
So how did it start?
Okay, so my mom had a Thai restaurant in Ann Arbor for over 20 years, up until I graduated from Eastern Michigan University. I went to school for advertising, and I got a big girl advertising job in Detroit. I lived out there for a few years, and I was miserable. I felt like it was a lot more numbers, and I wanted to be more creative. During the pandemic, me and my mom learned how to do dumplings together. We were making new foods together, making our comfort food, which is a basil stir fry. It's called Pak Pao in Thai. We got to meet a lot of different people, learned so many different things, right. And we just kept growing.
I just love stories like yours because you're still so connected with family and with your mom, and the fact that you did this, that you went to school, you experimented, you tried something, but then you found out what was in your heart, what you really wanted to do, what you're really good at, and you got to do it with your family.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you're sharing it with the community, and that means everything.
I wholeheartedly agree. Yeah. We still have people coming from the driveway days, which is when I was selling dumplings out of my driveway. They would come and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we're so proud of you. We've been following you ever since then." And it's just, and we're getting new customers who've never heard of Basil Bib, and it gives me goosebumps. I'm so happy to be here in the town that I was born and raised in. So
the community's loving you. Obviously, your people are coming in here a lot.
A lot. a lot of
Are you tired?
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. But it makes me very happy to see repeated customers, and it's nice.
Well, talking about full circle, I mean, many years ago, I went to school across the street there at EMU. They asked me to leave, but I'm back. I don't know if they know I'm back yet, but I'm here for your food.
Well, you're always welcome to Basil Bib. Maybe not over there, but.
It's more fun over here. Don't tell them I said that.
I love Ypsilanti because you can find all sorts of food in every single corner, and we get to experience so much of the world in just a few miles around here. It's so nice to be able to try new things.
And I love Ypsilanti because you can find every kind of person here as well. It's a richly diverse community. It's got every kind of person that you want to meet here. And everybody cohabitates and they get along and they love their city. And the fact that the university's right here too, it just adds that electrical energy, to the town. So yeah, I just love it here. Always will. That's why I keep coming back. And now I'm back for Thai food. Bonus.
Yeah.
Well, enough talking about this tantalizing Thai food. It was time to down some delicious dumplings, and we were up for the task. But then again, when aren't we? What an awesome experience. We tasted new flavors, made new friends, and met a family who really cares about their community. If you're ever anywhere near Ypsilanti and you want some exceptional Thai treats, head for Basil Bib. I personally know a mother and daughter who will love you for it. So after a marvelous meal, we headed about 20 minutes due south to the town of Milan for two places in one.
Now, we all have a favorite place we go to in the morning to wake up and have a cup of coffee. And we also have a favorite place we go to in the evening to have that frosty, cold adult malted beverage. Well, what if they were both the same place? Bonus.
Well, you heard right. The Owl right downtown Milan is a place where the entire community goes to hydrate, share, care, and connect at all times of the livelong day. It's what you might call a community watering hole that's a whole lot more. Ryan Willman is both the early bird and the night owl who came up with this concept, combined the two, and is pouring community spirit morning, noon, and night.
Dude, I love the concept of this place. Seriously, it's your morning coffee place. It's a place to go in the middle of the day to get some work done, and then it's your party place at night. It's
Exactly.
like all in the same place. How did you come up with the concept?
Well, I mean, what's great is we actually originally started as exclusively a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And with the vision and the idea that we wanted to be a community-centric business. And as the days went on, we realized that we weren't offering what the community needed. And what they needed is more hours in the day to socialize and hang out. And, we had people coming in, enjoying a cup of coffee, ordering a hot chocolate at 6 o'clock at night, and they were ordering it because they wanted to support the business, because they wanted to use the space. And then as soon as we got to the concept of let's add craft beer, let's do some cocktails, let's have a good glass of wine, it immediately blew up into what we are now, morning till night, with the idea of, hey, if you need to have your meeting, come on and do that meeting and enjoy it with a pint instead of a cup of coffee.
I've just never heard of a place where you can go in the morning for your coffee and at night to have craft cocktails, fine wines, and the food. Now, you've gotten the community involved in the food here,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, I realize that that's not my skill set, is not food.
Eating, yes. Making it, no.
I know how to eat food. I know how to make drinks. I have a passion for cocktails and beer and obviously coffee. But I realized I'm not a specialist there, so bring in a specialist. And so right around the corner there is the Zilke Farm Kitchen, which makes all of our baked goods, does small salad sandwiches, things like that they prepare for us every day, and just load them up. And even while we were setting up, they were coming in with a new batch of cupcakes and things for us. We get a lot of outside people coming in because of we have an outdoor social area. We have live music on Friday nights when it's not freezing outside.
If somebody's never been to Milan before,
Yeah.
what would you tell them? I mean, give me your elevator speech.
We are a community, a business community that's super focused on the craft. And so every single place that's in town is a specialty place in that field. And so we specialize in cocktails and coffee and craft beer. And down the street, there's a place that specializes exclusively in lavender, and another place that specializes exclusively in different types of yarn, which I'm not educated in, but yeah.
Yeah, plus the downtown is really cute. It's very historic. So yeah.
In the evenings, all the trees light up. All the buildings have a track of lights that just light the whole town out, make it feel alive. It's wonderful.
So if you haven't been to Milan,
Milan.
if you haven't been to Milan, stop listening to Siri because she keeps calling it Milan. Come to Milan. I mean, it's a great downtown.
Yeah, thanks. We love it.
And you're here.
Right. Most of the time.
Let's face it, what better way to connect than with a favorite beverage at a cool, comfortable place in an awesome town? If you've ever got a mind to meander through Milan, meet some old or make some new friends at the Owl. It just might become your new feathered friend, so to speak.
Now, what would the world be without art? Exactly. So I think you'll find yourself giving this next place a standing ovation. Personally, I'm going to wait till I get out of the car. That could hurt.
The Encore Musical Theater Company in Dexter is an award-winning nonprofit theater that strives to engage and inspire its community. And they do it by producing contemporary musicals, reinventing the classics, and fostering new works. It's the kind of theater that really gives this town a creative heart and soul. Jessica Grove and Dan Cooney are two of the dedicated directors who personify the passion both citizens and thespians have for this stage.
I mean, were you guys theater kids?
Definitely. Yeah, I grew up doing lots and lots of community theater and then professionally when I was just a teenager even. So definitely a theater nerd.
All right, and you too?
About ninth grade, I found my first play. And I was a hockey kid. I played hockey for most of my life.
I'm a hockey kid. Yeah.
Westland, Michigan.
Awesome.
Hanging with the tough guys, and I didn't like getting punched in the arm. So I was like, let's try theater.
There's a switch. Yeah. Well, you helped conceive this theater, right?
I did, yes. I'm one of the founders with Ann and Paul Cook being my founding partners. Yeah. About 15 years ago now.
Yeah, so many people don't realize how important community theaters are. And does the community realize how lucky they are to have this here, this theater?
I think they do. It's very well supported. Not that we couldn't always use more support, but our development director's in the room. She's like, what are you saying? It is very well supported in that vibe of they do appreciate this Dexter in particular. It's such an incredible community, and they genuinely get it. They're here every time we wrap. There are tears in their eyes saying we are just so lucky to have this in our town. So there is a ton of appreciation for what the Encore does in the community for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and we do predominantly musicals, musical concerts, right? So we have live musicians as well, and there is nothing like having live music, live singers, right here in this intimate space, where you are truly experiencing it in that intimate way. And, a lot of theaters you go and that are like a smaller scale theater, it wouldn't necessarily be a musical, number one, or if it is, they wouldn't have live musicians. And having the live musicians really helps the whole thing breathe.
Yeah. And you guys do stuff with children too, and you also hold auditions?
We're developing our educational programs, but we have a decent amount right now. There's a whole summer series of camps.
We have a wonderful summer camp program. I believe it's 7 weeks long, and so each week is a different age range.
Yeah.
And some of them are so popular that we have to do like 2 elementary camps.
Right? Oh, wow.
And so it's a week long, 10 in the morning until 3 o'clock, and they sing, act, and dance. And it's good for not just theater kids. Yeah. It's good for kids who maybe need to come out of their shell a little bit.
Well, come to the Encore Theater and then thank me afterwards. I promise you will. I promise. Oh, and one last point. Don't you think it's kind of cheating naming this place the Encore Theater? Don't think people they feel like they have to get up and clap at the end?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, it's the Encore Theater.
See, that's how good it is. You want to say, Encore!
Well, enough performing on UTR. It was time for the real show to start. So the lights went down, the energy went up, and as always with live theater, the audience and the actors became one. Of all the cold and empty places in the universe, we were so lucky to be here tonight. Honestly, when was the last time you experienced live theater? Well, if it's been a while, I highly recommend an entertaining evening at the Encore Theater in Dexter. You'll leave feeling alive and ready to enjoy the rest of this awesome town. Bonus.
Now, the last person you're going to meet is pretty special because in the midst of COVID, she mixed a community cocktail that's still doing great things for her town.
And that's because the Crazy Diamond Speakeasy in Chelsea brought people back together to share everything they love about this awesome community. What exactly is it? Well, it's an upscale dive bar that has local creations and libations. It also celebrates individuality and promotes community through art, camaraderie, and mental health advocacy. And that's saying a lot. Lene McClellan is the multifaceted founding member who saw a need, conjured up a club, and is now helping her community grow.
Is this an extension of your personality?
Very much so, yeah. I decided, it was a very vulnerable moment actually when I opened. In fact, I was supposed to open a week prior, but I didn't have the guts to because I felt like I was letting people into who I actually am.
Yeah, like they come in here and go, oh my gosh, this is you.
Yeah,
Your mind. Yeah. Oh no, it's just such a hip place. And I love the story about how it happened. Tell that story about, it was the depths of COVID.
Yeah, we had to shut down the salon for 3.5 months, and I would show up every day that I was supposed to do hair, except we weren't allowed to do hair. And we would just sit there wondering, what are we supposed to do? And then
what now?
Our clients got wind of that and they started showing up. And this time it wasn't to get their hair done, it was for the sole human interaction that we shared during our hair appointments.
So you decided to connect everybody with this place, right?
Exactly, yeah. And you know, during that time too, like it was, you know, we couldn't have coffee, we couldn't have blow dryers, we couldn't have magazines. And so when we did open up, it was a very sterile environment that I loathed. And so, but during that 3.5 months, I decided I was gonna write a business plan. And that business plan was for this place. I wanted to give artists a space who had lost their art markets because that was no longer a thing. I wanted to have a place that was created by our members. And so if all of the beer that we have, the liquors, our cocktails, those are created, a lot of them by our members.
I know it's a private club, but you have public hours as well, which is great. That way people can come in and see the inner workings of your mind.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a normal bar.
No. That's what I love about it. I mean, some of the art in here and some of the expressions, that's what I love about your story. That's what brought us here, is the fact that you're so cool, you're so creative, you're different. You know, there's a spirit about you, a creative spirit, and you care about people. You know what I mean? It's like, this place is about you, but it's not just about you. It's a reflection of you.
Right. And so we have so much fun. Like I let our members, they can host whatever events they want here during any time. You know, it's just whatever they want to do. This is their house too.
Awesome.
So.
The Crazy Diamond in Chelsea really is a fun, friendly, and meaningful way to get together with your neighbors and carry your community forward in a positive way. You get to sit back, relax, tip a few, and find ways to help each other navigate this crazy world. So if you get a chance, stop by during their public hours and say a helpful hello. Also, if you get a chance, come spend some time exploring the entire Ann Arbor area. It's got a lifetime of people, places, and things to love. And who knows, if you spend enough time here, you might do just that.
Pure is what you make of it. It's taken it all in and never taken anything for granted. The sun sets, the moon rises, and you realize the end of one perfect summer day is the beginning of another. Pursue your pure in Pure, Michigan.
A visit to the Stalls Auto Collection will take you back to a time when cars were more than just a way to get around. A fantastic assortment of gas pumps, neon signs, and automated music machines dating back 150 years that must be seen and heard. Info at stallsauto.com.
Brought to you by Midland, Michigan, a Great Lakes Bay region community. Visit gogreat.com for more info.